Two Cat Kitchen. It's time for us to pitch in and start another Two Cat show. Down at the Two Cat Kitchen, we're starting on a mission to put you in the culinary know. We've got the finest recipes you ever will find, guaranteed to show you all a mighty fine time here at the Two Cat Kitchen. Time for a new edition of the Culinary Two Cat Show. The Culinary Two Cat Show.
Welcome to the Two Cat Kitchen, the show that mixes musical mayhem with culinary calamity. Rico is here to help with the mixing.
Hey everybody, welcome to the kitchen.
Each episode of Two Cat Kitchen features brand new songs, a brand new recipe, and a special musical guest. Who's our musical guest today?
Tonight we're joined by our friends Tess and Issa. They are Ferns and Fiddleheads, an acoustic duo writing and performing their own music here in the southern New England area. They'll be filling us in on their latest musical endeavors, including the release of their new EP.
That's great. Hey Rico, is that the Coconotes?
Gee, I don't know. Let me go check it out. No, it's the new vending machine in Studio C. It plays the Coconotes theme when someone gets a coffee. But the Coconotes are around, and they'll have a song for us later in the episode. But now, let's get right to our first song from Ferns and Fiddleheads. It's Scenic Route, right here on the Two Cat Kitchen.
Everybody ready?
I'm ready.
My alarm will not go off this time.
Good.
One, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Under the trees, what a mystery. No sign of heartache, not even misery. I'm done with all that, lacing up my boots, inhaling a deep breath, and I'm taking the scenic route. Swimming in a stream, feel the fresh air, hear the birds sing, my soul is bare. I'm done with hearing you, the point is moot, inhaling a deep breath, and I'm taking the scenic route. Climbing up the north side, sun on my face, staring at the tree line, finally at a slower pace. Take time for me, not my strong suit, inhaling a deep breath, and I'm taking the scenic route.
We're back at the Two Cat Kitchen, and we just heard Scenic Route by Ferns and Fiddleheads. And we have, as our guest tonight, Tess McGowan
Hello.
and Issa Arango-Tobon.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us here on the Two Cat Kitchen. And Tess and Issa are Ferns and Fiddleheads.
That's us.
Great.
That's us.
Yeah, it's so great to have you guys here
Thank
as
you
guests.
so much for having us.
Yes, and tell us a little bit about that song we just heard. Scenic Route.
So I'll go first?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I wrote Scenic Route. I started writing it probably
Over a year ago, for
over
sure.
a year and a half, maybe, with some change. And it sounded very different to what you just heard. It started off as a ballad that I started writing at home and then took to my friend's house, a drummer friend of ours, and Issa was there with me, and I had no idea what I wanted for this song, and I thought, like, these lyrics have some potential, but I wasn't really sure. They helped me come up with a chord progression, and then we brought it to my brother, who's a producer, and he totally, like, flipped it right around, and it became this, like, 1960s Beach Boys inspired, like, it almost has a Ronettes quality, I think. You know what I mean? And it turned into this, like, beachy tune that is, like, one of my favorites now. And then we decided to make it the title track of our first EP because it just had the right feeling for what we were trying to achieve.
It's got a great feel. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of unique as a song. It's got, you can hear your voice in it. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, like, in expressing wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's a good expression of what we want the vibe of the album to be. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's cool. That sounds like it a little bit with the delay in there. Sounds like it waxes a little nostalgic. Is that kind of the vibe you were shooting for? That kind of has a little bit of a retro feel?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, like, I think we had no expectation going into it. It was more of, we showed up with what I like to say the bones of a song.
Yep.
We showed up with the skeleton, and then myself, Issa, and our producer Dylan Titus we built the nervous system and the meat and the muscle
Yep.
around it. And so, yeah, we didn't really have an expectation. It just kind of turned into that.
Yep.
We had a probably like 4 or 5 hour session, and it just kind of evolved that way.
That's great.
But we do find that a few of our songs do have that more like nostalgic quality, where I feel like a couple of our songs have very much like a longing to them, but in a fun way.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
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 That's great. Yeah. Sounds like it was a fun time in the studio to have it grow that way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
been such a blast.
Yeah.
It's been so fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
So maybe we can ask you now, what have you been up to musically? I guess we know a little bit now about what you're up to. So what's going on?
So, back on August 29th, we released our first of 2 EPs. We released Scenic Route, which you just heard the title track of. That is a 6-song EP, but it wasn't supposed to be that way. We wrote a full 12-track album. We wrote a full 12 songs. She wrote half of them. I wrote half of them. And then as we were working on all of them, we kind of decided maybe to make it a little more digestible for people, we would split it up. So we decided to do a 6-song EP and a 6-song EP. One of them is out, and one of them is on its way, hopefully very soon. Yeah.
Wow, so you've been doing a lot in the studio.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're in there, how much?
At least weekly we try to, like,
Yeah.
go to the studio, but this has been like a year-long process, honestly.
Super. That's great.
Wow, yeah.
Now, this is a family member, the studio.
Yes, I'm
Tell
going
us
to plug
about
the
that.
studio shamelessly. So we record at the Proving Ground in Pawtucket. It's located in the Armory building on Fountain Street. I don't
I'm
remember
blanking.
the
I don't
street.
remember.
Anyways, the Armory building. The Proving Ground is a studio that's been open for 2 years now, I want to say.
Roughly.
No, 1 year. They did the full year party this
wow,
past year,
yeah,
right?
no,
So about a year and
relatively
change,
new.
year and a half. And it's run by Dylan Titus and his business partner Eric. And yeah, it is a family affair. Dylan Titus is my oldest brother. He's a musician, singer-songwriter, producer, arranger, and a genius, honestly. And I'm not saying that with bias. I'm being honest.
Yep.
And so he's been producing since he was in high school. I mean, he released his first album in like 2015.
Yep.
And even stuff before then.
Right.
And so he's been producing on his own forever, but it's just that is the thing that brings him the most joy.
Sure.
And where he is the most free and creative. So he decided to open this studio, and it has just been like the experience of a lifetime.
Right.
And it's really taking off this year. He has many clients now, and
That's great.
it's really, he's doing really well, and I have a blast in there. What do you think about the studio?
I think it's amazing. It feels really cozy in there, actually. Like when you walk in, like it's not what I would picture as a studio. Like it almost feels like you're at home, actually. Like there's like you walk in, and
It feels like a living room.
Absolutely,
when you walk in.
yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of couches. There's like, do they have like VR systems? Like there's
Yeah,
so
he
many
has, like, video
random
games
Video
and-
games,
yeah.
like if you want to just like hang
Sure.
around and play. But then there's like another area where it has all the recording stuff. Another area on the left, I believe, where he has like,
he
his
has a full
recording.
office.
Yes, his full
and-
office
yeah.
with all the recording equipment as well. And I love that. I honestly love that. Like, I could get the best of both worlds. Where if like, if I'm feeling overwhelmed by any means, I could just like chill on the couch for a second, just
Sure.
like eat a snack. Or if I'm really like, feeling it, just immediately go into the booth and start singing.
Yeah,
Like
that's great.
it's great. It's a comfortable feeling. I really enjoy the studio.
Yeah, I love. We spend too much time in there, but not enough time.
Yes.
Like I never want to leave. We go in at, we have sessions at like 7:00, and then by the time we leave, it's 3 a.m.
Sure.
And we're like, oh, look
Absolutely.
at that, we finished a couple songs. Look,
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been recording there for about a year. We started recording at the beginning of this year, and we already have an album out and another one on the way.
That's great.
Yeah.
So let me ask. So Ferns and Fiddleheads, you guys are both multi-instrumentalists, right? So you play different instruments on different songs in the studio, I imagine, right?
Yeah, so she does it a little bit more than I do, instrumental wise. My main portion of it is I play guitar on some of the tracks, but a lot of the fancier guitar work I do give to my brother. He's just like a crazy guitarist. He's phenomenal. So a lot of the interesting, hooks and riffs and things like that, that's all him. And like a lot of the drumming and different instrument choices are him. But she plays a couple more instruments than I do, unfortunately. But also, I'm very proud of you.
Thanks. Apart from singing, I also play the piano, the bass, a bit of guitar. I dabble in a few other instruments, but those are, I would say, like my main instruments.
Where did you start, Issa? Like, where did you start with the keyboard or?
Well, I started off with the guitar. Didn't work out. I mean, not that it didn't work out. I just kind of wasn't for me at the time.
Yeah.
I was a kid when I started. And then same thing kind of for the keyboard. Although when I was 16, I started taking like lessons for it at Zabinski Music Studio, where I also currently work at now. But my mentors at the time, Esther and Rebecca Zabinski, were super kind and like got me started on just learning the basics of the piano theory, just getting prepared to what ended up being like my career, really, like ending up doing music.
That's great.
So yeah, absolutely. I play quite a few instruments, I'd say, and it's a lot of fun.
That's great. And you teach there now?
I do now, yeah. So again, I started off like getting lessons, and then eventually they asked me to like work there.
That's
and
great.
I've been working there now for about 3 years. So I teach boys, piano, a little bit of guitar as well. I have a few guitar students, and it's wonderful. I enjoy my job so much, and my students are so cool. I literally teach like I have students as young as 5 all the way to adults.
Neat.
So the range is huge, and like again, it's so much fun. It doesn't feel like work,
Right.
It's so rewarding to like have my students like learn and like enjoy learning too, and just watching them grow is awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you're still studying.
I am, yes.
You're
I'm finishing up my degree right now for music at Rhode Island College, and I gotta say it's probably been like my best experience so far at college, because I had started off like at CCRI. Then I transferred to Berklee College of Music,
Yep.
which was great. I enjoyed my time at Berklee, but I was commuting every day
Yeah.
from Pawtucket, and it was also way too expensive, honestly. So
Sure.
like, hey, even with scholarships, like,
Yeah.
yikes. But
Yeah.
but I'm at Rhode Island College now. I'd say it's a really nice like tight community. All my professors know me, and I'm honestly really happy to be there. I'm almost done with it, so I'm really happy about that too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. The now the next EP is coming out. When is the
Yes.
release?
So we are unsure right now.
Okay.
We have a studio session on Sunday to talk about timeline and what we want to change about the album, what we don't want to touch, things like that. All 6 tracks are laid down, and like the bones are there. A lot of the meat is there.
Yep.
We just got to put a nice little bow on it. And should we say the title? Should we like?
Yeah, why not?
Should we drop it here?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 Cat Kitchen exclusive. The title of the, you can say it. It's your song. You say it.
Oh, okay. So the title of the EP is going to be Long Midnight Drive.
Nice.
And so it's going to be kind of like it's going to be different than our first EP in a way.
I compare it like night and day.
Yeah.
Where Scenic Route. Okay, this is how I explain it to everyone. EP 1, Scenic Route, is like all your friends piled into your car and you're driving to the beach, or you're driving to the mountains, or like some fun adventure, you know. And EP number 2 is the drive home. It's night. Everyone's asleep in the backseat. As the driver, what are you listening to? So it's a very like night and day type of thing. And it didn't. It originally was not going to be that way. It was just 2 sets of 6 songs. We were originally going to have a 12-track album, you know, but we just split them up in how we heard it to work. And then we realized, like, oh, I think they're supposed to be separate because one is very much daytime and one is very much night. One is, you know, the adventure, and one is the wind down after the adventure.
That's great.
You know, which I think is really cool, and like our album cover really reflects that. Like it's so very much a night and day thing.
That's totally cool, yeah,
Yeah.
to have that kind of theme
Yeah.
going, yeah. Fantastic. Well, we're going to hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break here in the 2 Cat Kitchen. We'll be right back. So I wanted to ask you guys, how did you get interested in music to start with?
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I feel I had like this innate like feeling that I would say honestly I was just like drawn to music, to be honest. Like as a kid, I was just talking to a friend about it the other day, like on rides home from school, I would hear something on the radio and be like, I need to like figure out what that is. It sounds amazing. And I would like ask my mom for a napkin and like write down the name of the song if I could figure it out. Just like small little things like that. But I was always just like persistent about wanting to just listen to different kinds of music. I unfortunately growing up never had like music classes really. Like my schools didn't have any like art programs or anything like that. So I didn't start off quite young, like, you know, learning about theory and stuff like that, like learning the foundations of music. But again, I always had like this vision and this drive to get to know music, to like know more, right? So there are like small, like little distinct memories of me. Like in 4th grade, I was reading like a book about like records and stuff like that, like big records that people have achieved. And for some reason, they were talking about this comet that they named after a Beatles song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And I read that and was like, that's a cool name. So I looked it up after school. I listened to the song and was like, whoa, like that was my like, that was my light bulb moment. I had never heard music like that before and was drawn. I then played I'm the Walrus afterwards and I was like, whoa, like
what an interesting
this?
jump.
Yeah, it was wild jump, but like that also like that became my obsession with the Beatles. Literally like, I would say early like middle school, just like starting off. And like since then, it was just like, again, like a light bulb went off, and I was like, I need to know more. I was paying attention to the instrumentation, the harmonies, just all this, and it all made sense. And then when I started taking like piano lessons and like really like figuring that out too, and I was always singing from a young age, I started to realize, wow, this is something that I really like to do. And so it just went from there, really. I always had an interest in music, and I never really had a way to pursue it as a kid, but I was still like super persistent about it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You were hooked.
I was super hooked, and I just wanted to learn a lot about it. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Excellent. And how about
I love that. I didn't know about that Comet record story. That's really sweet. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's a song
So I had very similar thoughts as a kid, like hearing music, and it was very like little fireworks going off in my brain. And I fortunately had the ability to do music classes and stuff as a kid. And I always loved it, just learning new art forms in school. But a big part of me being raised on good music, I will attribute to my dad. He's a huge Deadhead, huge Beatles fan. You know, he's a big, Fish guy, a big rock and roll guy. And he always has music playing in the house. That's just, like, no matter what. And even to this day, like, when I go over to his house, there's always classical playing in the back. And he says, quote, "It helps you digest your food," which is true. Yeah. But he always has it playing, like, during meals and stuff.
That's good.
So he always just filled the house with good music. A lot of Beatles. So she and I share that. And so a lot of that kind of stuff, he would always, play his guitar. And I remember watching his hands and being so interested. And then came along my big brother in the story, who is the producer who I talked about earlier. He has been my role model since before I can remember, and in so many ways, in life, in art. And he picked up a guitar as a kid, and it just clicked for him. And I have always looked up to him, as a little sister tends to do. And we turned this room in our basement into his man cave when he was a teenager. And I remember I would just go down there and I would just watch him make music and jam out and listen and learn things by ear. And I was just so fascinated. And he started to take guitar lessons, and being the annoying little sister, I was like, well, I have to do something. And so I was like, Mom, I want to take lessons too. And I took drum lessons. That's how I started. I was a drummer first.
That's great.
And my grandparents bought me a kit. I had a full kit up in my bedroom when I was 9. Wow. And it honestly stemmed from, I want to be like my big brother. Yeah. But it also felt like this is something I'm supposed to do, because I always felt music very deeply, like in my head and in my body. I just felt like this is something really special. And then, paired with the like, I want to be like my brother, it just kind of fell into place. And I took drum lessons for a couple years. And then I started taking vocal lessons, because I told my mom, like, no, I really want to sing. Like, Dylan plays guitar, but like, I want to sing. And so I took lessons. I did lessons in performance, musical theater. I did a lot of jazz. And I took lessons from the ages of like 8 to 18. And it just fell into place. Like, music was always supposed to be the thing. It was always supposed to be it.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's great.
And how did you guys get together as a band?
So funny story. We met because at the time she was dating a friend of mine. Yeah. And this friend of mine is like, hey, I'm seeing this girl. I want you guys to get to know each other. And the first time that we met, she actually reminded me of this in the car on the way here. I totally forgot about it. We went on a triple date, and that is how we first met. It was her and her partner at the time, who was a friend of mine, me and my boyfriend at the time, and my friend's parents. And we did a triple date, and we met for the first time at this dinner. And then me, her, and my friend started hanging out, and she and I, it was just like an instant click. Our personalities just like puzzle pieced together, honestly. And I was like, wow, I think I have like a lifelong friend here. And now we talk every single day and make music together. This was 2022.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the moment that we really were like, oh, we're friends, we're family. We went on this long midnight drive together in spot, and in the summer of that year, and we just talked about everything, and we were like, oh, we're best friends now. That's what this is. And yeah, and then we talked for like a year, just saying like, we should jam, we should do this, because every time we sang together, it felt like magic. And I was like, oh, we should make music, we should start a band, we should do this, and it just never happened. And then in January of this year, I was like, hey, let's get serious. Yeah. And I was like, I have music, will you help me? Because I was not confident on my own to put it out there.
Nor was I. With my own stuff as well. So literally we went to your place at one day, and you had like concepts like you had concepts,
I had Scenic
like,
Route and I had Colorado.
Right.
Yeah. And
we were two people basically who didn't feel comfortable or confident in our own work, and we just put it together and we felt good about it, you know? Like we ended up making a song like in one sitting. And that was Colorado in Spring, and it worked, and we were proud of what we'd made. We didn't have necessarily too much to it yet. Like we didn't really have like a lot of melodies, but we had writing, and I think at the moment that was the most important thing, that we were able to finish a song. Because in my personal experience, I would always like start working on stuff and just put it to the side afterwards, because I was like, I don't know if this is going to be any good. But I think having that extra support of someone who like I deeply like admire and appreciate, like that definitely like helped me feel more secure about the stuff that I was working on.
Same.
And again, the fact that we even finished it that night, it was like a crazy moment, you know?
So our song, which you'll hear, Colorado in Spring, I wrote, and I had all the lyrics. I had some melody worked out, but not a lot. And I was just like, this is something I really want to put out there, and I feel really good about this song. But I just didn't know what to do with it. And that was the case for a lot of like the poetry I had written. I wanted to do something with it. And then I brought it to her, and I mean, melodies just fell out of her. And she was like, it just happened. And it felt like, once we worked out some of the kinks of like, oh, maybe we should do this, it just felt like, oh yeah, we're a band now. We're a band.
Pretty much.
We're a band. Like that's what this is. So it was a couple years of us talking about doing music together, and then when we finally got our act together, I think it was the right, like, perfect time. Yeah.
That's great.
So we're going to hear the song Colorado in Spring. Is there anything else you want to mention about it, or
well, we could tell the quick story about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Colorado in Spring is a song that I wrote. It's about Issa and I. So there are lyrics in the song that you'll hear where I talk about, I'm afraid to run except when it's with you, and it's me talking about her, or, vice versa. And so basically the song is about a trip that never happened. She and I, so backtracking a little bit, our original idea for this band was a John Denver tribute group. That was originally what we were going to be. I'm obsessed with him, like maybe a little too much. And I got her into him, and we were like, we should just sing John Denver songs. Two girls doing John Denver, who's done that, And I was like, we should go to Colorado. We should write out there. We should do creative things out there. And we talked about it for a long time. We started to plan the timeline of this trip we wanted to take as artists to just be creative. And then some things got in the way, just things happening in the world, politics, flight things that were out of our control. And then I had some medical issues that were also out of my control. And, I was worried about saving up for this possible surgery I was going to have, but then didn't end up happening. And it was just a lot at once. So we never ended up going. And the fact that we couldn't go do this thing together that we wanted to do for ourselves and for our art. Like, the fact that we couldn't, like, just pissed me off so much that I wrote this song. And the chorus, the hook of the song is, I don't know what the future will bring, but I hope we'll have Colorado in spring. And it's us talking about this trip that we wanted to take together to, like, form memories and write music and just be out there. I've always wanted to go out there. She's wanted to go out there. So, so yeah, it's about the trip that never was. Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. All right, well, let's give it a listen. It's Colorado in Spring here on the Two Cat Kitchen.
Feels like our time is nearly up. Can't help but think of all the plans we wish to run to. Feels so hard to face that we're fucked. I'm too afraid to run unless it's with you. Fields of marigold and lavender sway in the breeze. Whispers of crestfallen days slowly release. I don't know where the future will bring, but I hope we'll have Colorado in spring. The sun rises over the mountains where we want to go. I wanna be where I'm free and the days seem longer, where the juniper, aspen, and pine seem to grow. Hear the animals all around and the wind blows stronger. Fields of marigold and lavender sway in the breeze. Whispers of crestfallen days slowly release. I don't know what
back at the Two Cat Kitchen. It's time to talk about the kitchen part of this episode. So let's talk about your recipes. You obviously have some favorites. Can you talk a little bit about what you brought for us tonight?
Well, I love to make birria tacos. Now, birria tacos, I believe, come from Mexico. I'm not Mexican. I'm Colombian. However, man, I love to make it. You know,
They're so good.
They're so good. And so I've made them quite a few times. I like to measure with the heart, not gonna lie. So, you know, the first few times were interesting. I would say, you know, I got some feedback, constructive criticism, but I love to cook in general. I love to just like, show me a recipe and I'll like check it out and see what I can do with it. So those are that birria tacos is one of my favorite things to make. Like I just go all out for it. I bought like the specific peppers that you need. I'll rehydrate them, add them into like the blender along with like tomatoes, onions, garlic, basically everything, you know. And I've kind of perfected my recipe. I have a friend who's Mexican who said that they were good. So, like, I you know what, I
got the stamp of approval.
There we go. We got the stamp of
Cool.
approval.
Yep.
So, I really enjoy making them, and they take quite a while to make, but I love the process of making it. I think that it's fun to cook. It is like a form of therapy for me, and it's got a great reward. You can eat some good food afterwards. So I love making birria tacos.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the tacos themselves. What's the ingredients? You said you rehydrate peppers.
Yes.
And spices.
Yes, there's a lot of spice to it. I tend to make mine a little bit more spicier. I use like a chuck roast, a beef chuck roast. I think traditionally it may be made with goat, but I've never done it with goat. So I'll just like have that cooking for a few hours. And then afterwards, the cool thing about birria tacos is that like, you know, you could get like regular tacos and they're just like, you know, they're your protein with like, with onions and cilantro, but with birria tacos, like you kind of end up frying them in you fry the tortilla in, I think like the fats of like the whatchamacallit, like the soup that it was,
so
that
like
it was essentially made
when
in.
you do the meat in the slow cooker, the juice that it produces, you take that juice out, you soak the tortillas in it, and you grill them or fry them.
Yeah, you essentially like fry it like a little bit, and it comes out. Yeah, it adds like a whole other depth of flavor, really.
Sure.
And then a lot of times it's served with like the soup that it was like made in. Essentially, you can dip it in, and it's just like it's a fun little like thing to do. I think it's so cool.
We made them together once, and I brought coleslaw.
That's right.
And I put like it was like a purple cabbage slaw that was like tangy. I put
We
that on
in
it.
the tacos. That was
oh my
awesome
god,
too. We gotta
life-changing.
do that again.
It was so good.
That was really good.
You name the day, I'm there.
I mean, I'd be so down actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, birria tacos can be as simple again as like the protein, the onions, and the cilantro. But here we are making it with coleslaw, and I thought that was great.
I thought that was
Yeah,
a great addition.
so you could get creative with it too, you know. And it's really good.
That's
It's
great.
super good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
How about yours? Tess?
Guys, I want to talk about scones. Okay? Scones don't get enough love, in my opinion. I come from a long line of cooks, bakers, like very talented people in the kitchen. Cooking is a huge love language in my family. It's a big thing. Everybody cooks. And we have a family cookbook that we put together in the early 90s, mid 90s. And I say we as if I was alive then. Let me backtrack. My family made a family cookbook. It has like family photos in it and our favorite recipes growing up. And like my great grandmother is known for her sauce that takes 3 days to make. Wow. Like we're a family of cooks. But these scones are my Aunt Sherry's scones. Auntie Sherry makes these at every holiday, every gathering. If I'm coming up to New Hampshire to sleep over for a weekend, she's making a double batch.
Nice.
They're so incredible. I've made them once or twice with her, so I've witnessed the process just a couple times. But like she just has the recipe memorized at this point, and she can just do them whenever. Issa has had her scones. What is your review?
They're so good, and I don't even like baked goods that much, honestly. But I will eat those.
Yeah,
those are
they're
really good.
addictive. So a lot of people think that scones are dry and they fall apart. That's why they're served with tea. So you soak up the tea. Blah blah blah. These are the most buttery, sweet, put together scones you will ever have in your entire life. And she always does them the same. They're white chocolate raisin scones. So they have white chocolate chips and raisins in them. And just a plain like buttery scone dough that she creates, but she adds in like a little bit of extra butter, a little extra sugar, but like I don't know what she does, but these things are magical and they're so addictive. And she, you go visit her and she's one of those family members that always sends you home with a bag.
Nice.
So she's like, okay, there's 12 in here, 3 for each of you. Like it's one of those. They taste like her hugs. They're so good. So shout out Ani Sherry. She's going to listen to this. Shout out.
She'll be proud.
Yeah. Shout out Sherry and Greg. Love you guys. Thanks for the scones. They're so good. They seriously, I've said that to her. They taste like her hugs.
Yeah.
They're the best. They're sweet. They're so buttery. They stay moist. I've kept them in my kitchen for weeks at a time and they just stay moist forever.
Yep.
They're the best scones I've ever had in my life.
Great.
They're amazing.
That's good. Well, right after this podcast drops, you're going to get a box in the mail.
Yep.
Thanks for
Thank you in
mentioning.
advance. Sure. Thank you. I'll probably go up there soon. I'll bring you guys some.
There you go.
They're so good.
That's excellent.
Back at the Two Cat Kitchen, and one question we ask everybody that's a guest on the kitchen is, what is your earliest musical memory?
Well, I believe I may have been like 2-3 years old, so it's quite early. But I basically I would be singing all around the house, and it wouldn't sound like you couldn't really understand what I was saying, but you can at least like pick up the pitch, and I guess it sounded right to my mom. I don't remember much, but I do remember my brother was visiting with his like wife at the time, and I remember like getting into their bed. It was like super early in the morning, and just singing the Barney like theme song to them. Because I loved Barney at the time.
Sure.
And so
I mean, who doesn't?
right,
Yeah.
I mean, as a 2 or 3 year old, of
Icons.
course, right? So again, I probably couldn't understand what I was saying, but you could pick up the fact that it was the Barney theme song. So, yeah, literally from then, I would consider I had pretty good relative pitch. So hopefully, again, they were able to make out that it was that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was like my earliest music memory, really.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I would say when you asked us to think about that, I immediately was like, oh, the first time I sang in front of people when I was like 6. But then I got this immediate flashback. And I don't even think I've ever told you this story. It's a very full circle moment for us that I just realized sitting here. So I told you guys earlier, our original concept for our duo was going to be a John Denver tribute group because I'm obsessed with him. She's obsessed with him. He's amazing. He's a huge, huge, huge inspiration for this entire album. This project would not be a thing without him. And so my earliest musical memory is probably about the same age, 2 or 3. And it's not about me singing, but I also did a lot of that as a kid. It was how music always made me feel and always touched me as a person and like as a soul. My dad would sing me to sleep, and he would sing Leavin' on a Jet Plane. And I have one like mental image of it, of me like laying in a bed or a crib or something, and him singing Leaving on a Jet Plane, and just me full sobbing.
Aw.
As a kid, and he tells me to this day, he could not play that song without me crying.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me.
times I've played around, I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll bring your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you one more time. Let me kiss you, then close your eyes, and I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the times I won't have to say. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go.
And still, as an adult, it makes me cry. I don't know why. I have no personal memory attached to that song or anything. It just, something about the melody is
triggers
so, yeah, it's so beautiful. It just touches a person, you know, and I remember that feeling and not understanding why, but as an adult being like, Tess, it was music. Like it was music affecting you and how it's always affected you. And that was just the beginning of it. So it was leaving on a jet plane as a kid.
great.
That actually reminds me of another little thing that I can tie into both of us too.
Yeah.
But it's another like early music memory, if that's okay to share. As a kid, like I would go to my cousin's house and they had a pool, so in the summer I'd be there a lot. And one time, I just remember listening to the song Chiquitita. They would play Chiquitita by ABBA, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And they would always play music, and I just remember that distinct memory, like listening to that song and being like just bewildered by like the piano that was going in the song mainly. I mean, it wasn't even the voices at that
the piano
time.
at the end is so moving.
Yes,
It's so gorgeous.
I love it so much. It makes me want to cry listening to it. But funny thing, because like one of the first songs that we sang together was Chiquitita by ABBA.
Yeah,
and
we
like
were
I
at our
taught you the
friend's
Spanish
house.
part to it even, and we were
Yeah.
just like harmonizing, and it's great obviously because you have like the two female voices like singing, so we got to like do that as a duet.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the first moments where I was like, holy shit.
Like we would sing that at our
Whoa.
friend's house where I would sing half the song in English and she would sing half the song in Spanish. And my friend's parents were like, you guys should play that at our parties. Like it was just like a thing. And we were like, whoa, we sound good together. Like, you know, it was that and like Blue Bayou together being like, damn, we sound good. We should start a band.
Those are some really good songs, and I'm glad I got to sing them with you.
I know, me too. But yeah, I
great.
love that. Oh.
Excellent.
So you got another song for us.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about
so
that one.
total flip side to other songs that you've heard. This song is called Gave In. It's by Issa. And it's funny because it started off sounding not at all what you're about to hear.
Oh, cool.
It was very ballad. It was very her pouring her heart and soul out. And then my brother kind of took it and ran with it. If you want to talk about that.
No, I had like a super basic like demo, just vocals and piano, and it did sound more like a ballad at first. And then I brought it to our producer and was like, hey, what do you think about this? How can we make it happen? And he immediately heard more of like a metal or rock like tune out of it, and I was like, sure, let's do it. You know, let's experiment. Let's experiment. Let's see what happens. So it's funny. We ended up like we were going to a show that night. We went to go see Chicago at PPAC, and when we went back afterwards to the studio, and by the time we got back, like actually not even, we got out of the show and we had seen some texts from our producer, and he had like everything laid down.
Wow.
Except for the vocals,
Yeah,
obviously, because we were gone.
called him. It was like 11 at night. And we're like, hey, we just got out of the show. Can we come back?
Yeah.
And we went after and like laid down the vocals, her verse, my verse, and we were like, oh, we did a song. You finished our song while we were gone, and now it's a metal song.
Yeah.
Not metal, but it started as a ballad,
Yep.
more our speed, folksy, a little more indie, and then it turned into this hard rock song, and it kicks ass. It's
that's great.
It's the
awesome.
wild card of the EP.
It
Just kind of
really
don't know what to
is.
expect out of it, but it's really fun.
Yeah,
That's great.
which I love, and now we have a wild card on each of the EPs.
That's excellent.
Where the first one is very, folksy and fun, and then Gave In is the like punch. And then on our second EP we have another one that's like not like the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it's very
good.
different.
That's good. It's nice to be able to express that way.
Yeah.
And it's great to be able to connect with an audience that way.
Absolutely.
Because it does keep it,
Keeps it fresh.
dynamic.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
fun. Well, good for you guys. That's
Thank you.
great. So let's hear that.
It's all coming back to me. Those wicked dreams. It's a feeling I must admit that
So let's talk about you have another EP that's coming out.
Yes.
And what's happening next?
So, at the time of recording, right now, we don't have an exact date. If you follow us on social medias, we'll release that date when it is known to us. But we don't have an exact release date yet. All of the songs are laid down. We're still working on them. So hopefully, if not by the end of the year, like right into the new year, hopefully. It'll be another 6 songs. And like Issa said earlier, it is called Long Midnight Drive. We're so excited to release that. But we do have a couple other like projects coming up. We have a couple of shows. So Issa and I are a part of our community's choir.
Oh, cool.
And this year, for our quote-unquote holiday show, they wanted to do 60s and 70s folk music. And we were like, that's right up our alley. We already know all the songs that we're performing. We're doing Carole King, James Taylor, Mamas and the Papas, etc. And our choir directors came up to us and was like, hey, you're, folk artists and your music is in line with what we're doing. Would you do one of your originals?
Oh, great.
And so we had the privilege to teach our entire choir the song that you heard earlier, Colorado in Spring. And we will be performing in the middle of the show as Ferns and Fiddleheads with the entire choir.
That sounds fun, especially for your choir members.
Yeah.
That'll, hopefully you can get a recording of that.
We will.
Yeah.
By the proving ground. They're going to come and set up mics.
Excellent.
And do you want to tell them about the open stage? That show's November 26th.
Okay.
So that's day before Thanksgiving. And then the December 5th one.
Let's see. So there's this, I believe it's a school. It's called the Everett.
Everett Company Stage and School.
Yes, you got it.
It's a long name.
Yes. And they invited us to become an opening act for, I believe it's like an open mic that they do every first like Friday of the month.
Oh, nice.
And so, they asked us to be the opening act. And I believe this time it's going to be like a donation-based.
Yeah, it's a drive. Yeah, it's a toys and toiletry drive.
Yeah.
So we're one of the openers. And the whole time that we're performing and other people go up to perform if they choose, they're going to raise, I don't think they're raising money, but people are donating toys and toiletries to go to the women and children's shelter.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah, so we're an opening act for that as well.
And that's Everett Stage?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everett Company Stage and School.
In Providence.
In Providence,
Yeah, I've heard of that. That's great. Excellent. Well, good for you guys. Well,
Yeah, and thank you so much for being a guest on the
Thank you
Two
so
Cat
much.
Kitchen. It was such a great conversation we had and great talking with you. You guys have a fantastic chemistry together, I must say.
Thank you.
And musically and just in general, too.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, great.
yeah, and we're looking forward to following your careers and your music.
That is
so-
one thing. So we'll put a link in our show notes about where
Awesome.
people can follow you on social media.
Amazing.
Is there any other thing you want to shout out to anybody or that you haven't already? Or
We've talked about them enough, but shout out to the Proving Ground in Rhode Island, again at the Armory Center. If you want like a cozy place to go make music or just be creative or write, rehearse, whatever, hit them up. They're pretty cool guys.
There you go.
Yeah,
They're
sounds
pretty
good.
cool guys.
Yeah, we'll put information about them in too as well. in the
Perfect.
show notes.
That's
So,
awesome.
Great. Thanks again.
Thank you both.
Thank you so much.
guys.
Well, that's all we have time for on this episode of the Two Cat Kitchen.
We'd like to thank our musical guests, Tess and Issa, Ferns and Fiddleheads.
Also, we'd like to thank Sarah Grady and the Coconotes. I'm Dave.
And I'm Rick McKinney. Join us again next time, right here in the Two Cat Kitchen.
The Culinary Two Cat Show.